Good afternoon, everybody. I am outside of Port of Los Angeles, and let me tell you, I am no expert when it comes to imports and exports, but from what I'm seeing, there definitely looks like there's some sort of crisis, and it's going to contribute to the toy shortage that is inevitably going to happen. So I'm going to give you my thoughts as to why I think it's going to get much worse. Let's get it. Good afternoon, everybody. Time for a Wolf of Bricks update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So before we get into the main topic, I would like to sincerely thank everybody that watched the Home Alone video that I recently did last week. That is by far the best video I've done on this channel, and this channel is just a couple months old now. I think it's like 2.5. And when it comes to watch time, you guys hit it out of the park too. So I'm very thankful and very grateful. And also, I guess you could kind of categorize as a news video, not necessarily investing, even though I did put an Excel at the end. Here's the funny thing though. This isn't the first time I've seen pictures of a set before it came out. And, you know, a couple months ago, I would see an occasional picture, and I'm like, that's cool, can't wait for it to come out. To be honest, because I was so heavy into investing, I really never thought to go ahead and make a video similar to what I did with the Home Alone. But I think in the future, I might be doing that. Now, of course, this does not mean I'm going to take away any market share from the people out there that like to give out breaking news. You still are all good people, and I hold you close to my heart, most of you. But, you know, I think occasionally I might have to go ahead and put out a video with some information that nobody has had the opportunity to see. So I'm not necessarily putting all you breaking news channels on notice, but you're going to have a little bit of company occasionally. And of course, the only way to be on top of that, if you do like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. So let's get into the main topic. So you see this video that I took here in Port Los Angeles about a week ago. You know, I was talking to one of the people that work there. I was taking a tour of the battleship USS Iowa, and it's so busy over there, there's lots of people, despite the staffing. And I said, you know, explain to me what's going on, because I see a large pier, a large dock, but I only see one ship. And they said that usually there's 4 or 5 ships out there, and they actually do have some people that are employed to handle it. They're just not trained. I think there was an issue with the trainers, and they were let go, or something happened to them. So there's a lot of people there, but there's no one there to be trained to remove the cargo ships off of this ship. So of course that creates a bottleneck. And what one of the ladies was telling me was, it's not just as simple as anchoring your ship out there and waiting for the call to come in, because the ocean floor only has a certain level to where you could anchor, right? She said once you go out a little bit, there's just a shelf that goes all the way down, and you have a lot of ships that are anchored, but they're not in the ground. So what they have to do is they'll anchor, but because the anchor hasn't hit the seafloor, they are still moving, so they have to use their fuel to try and stay as, you know, still as possible. And so, you know, that creates a lot of anxiety too. So a lot of interesting things going on. So what I'm going to do isn't necessarily to break down exactly what is going to happen between now and the end of the year, but just give a little bit of commentary. And you see, it says, you know, supply chain crisis leaves California scrambling. And this article is only from, you know, a couple days ago. It's really not that old. And you have heard that the workers are starting to work on the weekends, which is good. But, you know, there are tons of ships out there that have been waiting, and you have tons of ships that are, you know, on their way to come in. So this bottleneck is going to be here for some time. And I'll just read a little bit of what the article says on supply chain crisis leaves California scrambling. On Wednesday, Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order to help unclog the Los Angeles and Long Beach ports, outside of which a record 100 ships idled on Tuesday as they waited to unload their cargo. And here's the thing, man. This isn't just toys. Like, I'm in the auto parts industry, right? There was a national parts shortage, months ago. I recently checked out the inventory of tires, regionally. I see nothing but zeros. So things are drying up. I mean, things are drying up before this quote-unquote shipping crisis that started maybe a few months ago, right? And in my opinion, this is a matter of national security, and this is a problem that needs to be corrected as quickly as possible. And this right here is an interesting article. It says, container getting supply crisis drives Walmart and rivals to hire their own ships. Well, that's all well and good, right? But the ships are not the problem. Walmart and its rivals needs to hire, dock crew workers to go ahead and unload their own stuff. So it's just going to continue to be more and more ugly. And this is something I want to talk about, right? It says, LOL dolls are stuck in the supply chain. John Baker must free them before Christmas. So there are a lot of toys that come from China. There's LOL dolls, there's Barbie, I think there's some Tonka, I think there's some Hasbro. And, I've heard some people that have said, but Jim, Legos aren't made in China, they're made in Mexico. Well, that's true, but here's the deal. Not every Lego set is made in Mexico, right? Whenever you go to the Lego shop at home and you look at all the themes, do not tell me that every single one of these themes right here are being made in Mexico. I'll give you that some are, if I had to guess, and I don't know, but for the benefit of the doubt, we'll say, 60% of the Legos that are made in Mexico are shipped to the United States. But there are also some that are imported too, because if you remember during COVID, we're still in COVID, but this time last year, there were tons of Lego sets that were coming in with stickers, right? Those sets with stickers where it has the piece count and all the information on the side panel, those did not come from Mexico. They were imported in, and Lego's like, all right, we're going to create some stickers to slap on the box and send them off. And that's exactly what they did. I know there was a lot of Harry Potter sets that were like that. So let's say hypothetically, that's one theme that doesn't come from Mexico. I mean, there's a lot of Harry Potter fans out there that are going to want these new sets that just won't be able to. So just keep that in mind. And here's the deal. I'm giving a Starbucks analogy here because that is something that I did. I did coffee for 13 years. And to try and illustrate, when it comes to sales velocity, how much damage that could do to retailers and, of course, benefit resellers is, do a Starbucks analogy. I did coffee for 13 years, and, whenever somebody would come in and they would want a tall white mocha or something like that, and somebody was out of tall cups, they'd say, okay, I'll do a grande. Well, guess what? You're having a hurt on your grande cups. You're having twice as many, if not more than twice as many grande cups being used, because tall is usually a popular size. And then when grande runs out, they'll go to venti. So think of tall as like your Barbies, right? Think of grande as your LOL dolls. Think venti as some line of toys that Hasbro has, right? So there's going to continue to be a shortage in other toys, which means people will turn to Lego that they weren't originally thinking. So there's going to be some stress on the Lego supply, regardless whether they come from Mexico or not. And of course, that creates quite the opportunity for us resellers to go ahead and possibly make a lot of money. So that's my short take on what's going on with the supply chain. You could see right now that there's really not a lot of talk right now in the news. There was maybe a month ago. I think that's all being controlled right now. And I think people are going to be in a false sense of security. And if you're a reseller and you've been doing this for a while, you know that, we are in Q4 right now, but it is kind of slow. But when things pick up, I mean, it really picks up. You have your plan out for 9 months on how Q4 is going to happen. And then when that 10th or 11th month hit and it's go time, you could just go ahead and toss that plan out because all kinds of crazy things happen. So this is another element that will be a part of Q4. It'll be interesting to see how things pan out. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoy the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with Wolf of Bricks. Always go out there and get it.